Why am I giving Belle Gibson realness? Like, and I definitely had cancer. I was never a liar. I just used herbs. Yes, us, girly pops. It's Finny. I'm back with another reaction video. Oh boy, okay. Miss Samby Pamby here. She gets up in her feels in this one. It's called Having a Mental Breakdown, Dangling Ankle, and Had to Evacuate. Weekly Vlog Episode 2. Spoiler alert, we can no longer use dangling ankle because she's ruined it. She's just like a corporate brand who steals a joke and that's it. No more. Can't use it ever again. And had to evacuate. Yeah, that's clickbait. Yep. The having a mental breakdown though is pretty real. Yeah, definitely. Just before we get into this, I did want to discuss that I will be making a video about some concerning things that came up about someone who's part of the Lukewarm Tea podcast. It's going to definitely be a more serious tone video, so intro is going to be a little bit different and everything. But I wanted to just be very transparent. I was on my post, my community post about it. There's some things that need to really be addressed by one of the co-hosts. And I believe she's sweeping it under the rug. Whether she is truly attached to this or not, I think it would be better for her to just address it, because I don't like the things that I'm seeing. But that's just me being transparent and also holding myself to the same standard that I would if this had come out with like Amberlynn. I don't think it's fair to have someone criticize Amberlynn on some very serious topics when they themselves are involved with some serious allegations. So, without further ado, let's jump into this video, okay?
Hello, welcome to the second weekly vlog, and I forgot to put on my earrings. It is what it is. I also have to put on some lipstick, but I'm gonna eat a little bit because I'm actually about to go out and hang out with my mom. So I'm just making like a stuffed bell pepper in the microwave, and I'm telling you, it is literally so good.
Oh, is that the sound?
So I uploaded the first weekly vlog, and I'm getting so much support. You guys loved the length of it. You guys
Outhouse shirt, let's go.
genuinely enjoyed it so much, so thank you. So this is the first week where I'm also filming all the other videos I'm doing in my schedule. So on Tuesday I'll be filming the weigh-in, which is going to go up on Wednesday, and then Wednesday I'm going to be filming the Let's Talk, which is going to go up on Thursday, and then pretty sure on Thursday I'm going to be filming the What I Ate Today, which is going to go up.
Okay, this is just like explaining every Vlogmas, how she uploads on Vlogmas, how she does the days. Like, okay, I don't care.
On Saturday. That's gonna be my new routine for a little bit, and you know, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I will definitely keep you guys updated. All right, we got the earrings on, and we're switching it up today. Today I'm wearing a different color lip, and I'm actually obsessed with this. Actually looks really good, and I'm super picky about the lipstick colors that I wear because my lips.
She always does this thing now. Maybe it's just like I have a pretty pronounced Cupid's bow. I believe that's what it's called. So like my lips do the little like M shape. Hers don't, or if they do, she always draws right over it. So her mouth kind of looks like this cartoonish circle. I hate the way she applies lipstick or any lip products because it's just this like dookie, I don't give a fuck, sloppy mess. Like, honestly, her winged eyeliner is always pretty good. Like, I will give it to Amber. She knows how to wing an eyeliner. So, there's that, but like, it's just so sloppy. Sorry. I know, like, I'm not a makeup expert. I like makeup. I have fun with makeup, but, ugh.
Are super tiny with the shape of my lips and the color of my skin. Like, in my opinion, I don't think a lot of lip colors look good on me, so I'm super picky with that. But this is Maybelline New York. This is in the Super Stay Matte Ink, which I do enjoy this brand for sure. This is in the color 15 Lover, and I'm definitely a lover girl, so it's working out perfectly.
I mean, you want to be one, but you're not really. Like, you're kind of a mean, nasty girl.
Since it's spring now, I spend a lot more time outside in the spring and in the summer. We're back on the sunglasses on top of the head era, which I think is super cute, so do not come for me.
We will, because it looks kind of silly. It just looks a little bit silly when it's 1, 2 in the morning and you got them on top of your head.
So sometimes I do mix perfume. Today I'm wearing Vera Wang Princess and
Ew.
Acai by Le Monde Gourmand. I cannot pronounce any of this, but I will say I'm learning that this brand, there's so many that they have. I eventually literally want all of them. I know that's not like realistic, but their perfume is so good. And I also love
I know she would give me a migraine if I stood next to her.
Dossier, of course.
Dossier. It's French, is it not? Dossier. Like, dossier. Dossier. Damn, girl. Now I want a french fry.
Well, me and my mom both lost, but I'll let you guys take a wild guess of who did win. My mom's fiance, as per usual.
No one wins with you, Amber.
Hello, it is the next day, obviously. I actually just filmed my weigh-in video. So filming it on Tuesdays, it's going up next day on a Wednesday. I weighed in and I was kind of shooketh at my weigh-in. So if you guys have not seen that, definitely go watch. But I'm really excited for this new YouTube schedule because I feel like it's going to just help me create more routine in my life. And I love routine. And I like that like I am my own boss. So my routine can be a little bit more laid back. Anyways, I also have my members live stream tonight, which I might have a White Claw. I don't know. When I ordered White Claws last week for my live stream, I got a 24 pack, or was it a 12 pack? 24 or 12, but either way, I have some left over. Well, a lot.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have two things to say about this like moment. First of all, yeah, you are your own boss. So once again, you could take time off anytime you wanted and pursue something like going inpatient for your addiction problems with food. And I'm going to also say simultaneously with drinking, because from one former heavy drinker to a current heavy drinker, and not that White Claw is super, super like potent with its alcohol by volume, but the fact that she's had a drink like every single night for quite a few nights, it'll catch up to you, and you start building a tolerance, and then you'll drink more and more and more, and you're a big glass. So, it's already like you have to drink more to have an effect. But I don't like this. I don't like where it's going. She uses alcohol as a coping mechanism, and she's admitted that, and that is a problem. That's really, really bad.
A lot left over, so I might have one for my live stream. I don't really know. I put my hair up because I'm doing some cleaning around the apartment. I like to be pantsless, hair up, when I do my best cleaning. All right, so if you saw my weigh-in video, this has to do with my...
She has to be pantsless because all of her pants are literally dragging on the ground. So if she wears pants, she's going to be mopping the floor with them. Remember when she went to the gas station on her way to Tommy's and everyone was like, oh my God, because her pants were dragging in the gas station bathroom. Ew.
My goal. This is my first water bottle today. Let's like drink some of it together. And I just realized it's freaking ice cold, so I'm not gonna be able to chug it, which I wanted to do. If you haven't drank water today, do it. Here's your reminder. Chug number 1, chug number 2, and I think I have a brain freeze. Chug number 3, and I definitely have a brain freeze. Ow, ow, ow.
She's so quirky.
I remind myself if I want to chug, I need to do room temperature water. A little bit left. I got this. Oh, it hurts. It hurts real bad. Brain freezes are weird, man. I did it. And this right here is just a bag of trash and some boxes.
Wow.
I like to take my trash to the dumpster myself. I do have trash validity. I don't know. I like to do shit myself, okay? Hello. So I just did my members live stream. I did drink a little bit. And I have my
wow.
Me, but never drank it. But the night is not over. Oh my God. My favorite part of the live stream has got to be everyone hyping me up about...
I don't give a fuck about these stupid Oracle cards, okay? Your little tchotchkes that you got from Barnes & Noble, I don't care. Because I genuinely, like I said before, do not think you respect any sort of, like, universal message, fate, spirituality, nothing like that. I think you are just doing this because you want to be like this quirky and like kind of mysterious girly pop, and you're really not. You're very easy to read, Amber. Like, that's why them cards are always calling you out, huh?
All of my freaking Oracle decks that I have, and I was doing readings for people. I've never really done them for other people. I'm only like really good at it for myself. But people were literally hyping me up. So I was like doing love readings and all these type of things. And it was just genuinely so fun. But the beginning of my live stream was a little hectic. I almost had to get off because I genuinely...
We all know how I feel about that word. I just like, she always talks about how she's so well read and that she's always reading books. Well, why is your lexicon so limited? Like, now I'm not saying that I am the most well-spoken person. I stumble over my words. I use pauses like um anyway, so things like that, but I try to sound at least somewhat intelligent, especially when I'm talking about something that is a little more involved. And so I try to not come across as a complete idiot when I speak on things. And that's just how it comes across when she uses words like hexacana, like, or when she says literally or genuinely. You're not quirky, you're not funny, nothing, you're not selling units. I don't want to buy into whatever you're putting out. Thank you.
I was having so much anxiety because the topic at hand, like I really am in that era where it's like I'm trying to take out all the negative energy in my life. Like I just have to protect my peace, and I feel like
Stop saying you have to protect your peace. Literally no one is doing anything that would even remotely begin to disturb your peace. Now, people can comment on you and people can talk about you and you can be disliked on the internet. That is a thing. And trust me, I have been there. I've been the mean girl, mean bitchy person. Like, it's not fun when people dislike you. But the thing is, you learn to deal with it. And when you actually decide to take responsibility for your actions, then you realize, yeah, that wasn't really good of me. And I understand why people were discussing me in such a negative view. But you're not like that. You cannot stand the fact that people do not like you because it's an affront to your persona. It's an affront to how you see yourself because you think you are the perfect victim. You think you are the perfect person. You think you are the most amazing daughter, pet owner, sister, person on the planet. You can pretend like you don't think that, but we all know you do. And so for you to come on here and be like, I need to protect my peace. Okay, well, stop looking yourself up. Stop discussing people you are in a relationship with. Apologize for what you did and the people you and apologize to the people you traumatized. Then maybe you could start to protect your peace. But just being like, I can no longer address these things or come on here and talk about like these really tough topics because it's just giving me bad anxiety. Yeah, of course it's giving you bad anxiety because you're in the wrong and people are holding you accountable for being in the wrong.
a lot of people have to do that. And I know sometimes it's really hard because it's like that means you have to make some serious decision making. But I decided to stay on and it actually went really good and I enjoyed it.
And then I'm telling you right now, immediately she does not protect her peace. And she decides to discuss things that are difficult for her. And I'm not going to sit here and act like the discussion she's about to have is not one of difficulty. It is. And I think that on a certain front, some people really do owe her an apology. But at the same time, because of the persona that she has built up for herself as a liar, there was always going to be speculation as to these very serious topics in her life.
Hello. It is the next day and I just got done filming the Let's Talk video. Oh my god, my mouth is so dry. I've been yapping at the bits. And I was going to mention this as one of the rumors in the Let's Talk video, but I'm just going to mention it now. So salty crab.
Oh, I just realized it's not yapping at the bits, it's chomping at the bit. Colloquialisms are not Amber's strong suit. Just like math.
Said that I did a privacy complaint on their video, and I just want to be the one to say that that never happened.
Bullshit. I don't believe you for 1 second. I do not believe that for 1 second. I guarantee that you tried that because it would give you her information.
So I just want to say that here. I do not want my vlogs.
You know what else? It's like when she was like, oh, I never went after apathetic facts. And then there was proof that she went after apathetic facts. She's like, I would never strike a reaction channel. And then she struck their channel. Okay.
to be drama based, but like if I have to like just deny or confirm something or just like mention something that I'm going to, but I just want to make that very clear that that was not me. So
Oh,
moving
okay.
on, guys.
It was the other Amberlynn read that's out there because there's so many of them.
I'm not gonna lie, I am
Oh,
so
here we
fucking
go.
sad right now. I literally filmed a video today where I'm literally talking about like how I don't want to have to prove myself to people anymore, and me having BPD or a kidney stone, like I don't need to show those proofs and all this stuff. But then I was triggered. I literally have been so triggered.
I don't like her use of that term, and I will tell you why. I have PTSD, and this word has been sort of co-opted by people making fun of others and also people like Amberlynn who are dying to have something wrong with them. And so when I talk about my PTSD, it feels very, very demeaning when I use the word trigger, even though it is a psychological term. It really has to do with the fact that a panic attack or a flashback was triggered by a sense. So, whether it's something you saw that reminded you of a, a memory, whether it's something you heard, smelled, felt, tasted, even all of these things, because, and the strongest one is scent. Scent is an incredibly strong trigger for people with PTSD. There are certain scents that I smell and it brings me right back, and it is terrible. And I think people in general, not just Amber, overall, people in general really need to start learning to use the word upset or angry or sad or anxious instead of saying I got triggered.
With this whole cancer talk again. Like that was such a fucking traumatic. It was so fucking traumatic, and it's like everyone is talking about it again, and it's like I have all these memories and like the feelings I had and the fears. It's all just like flooding back to me, and it's like I don't want to feel like this. So it's like Beck and Destiny did this weird live stream today, and I literally told myself I am not watching that shit, and I actually succeeded. And then I go on Instagram, people are saying that I lied about cancer again, and Beck proved it. I'm just like, what is happening?
I'll give her this because I'm here for equal opportunity and fairness and to be transparent on my channel. So if I think she's in the right, I will say she's in the right. So the way that Beck addressed the cancer questions, it was not right. And they did make it very confusing, and they did make it seem like Amber was lying about it. But they did come out and have a community post on their YouTube and said, I'm sorry, the way I spoke was not right. And yes, Amber absolutely had cancer. So I understand Amber being upset about that. I would be too. And, it was a hot topic of discussion for a long time and then kind of died down with like little bits here and there and then came back. The only thing that I say about her cancer journey is that I think it was ridiculous that she tried to blame Beck, because she said that Beck didn't take it as seriously as they should have. And if Beck had taken it more seriously, then she would have been diagnosed sooner. Like, that is pushing off responsibility onto someone else. You're responsible for your own body, Amber. So that's that. But in regards to this, I listened to the clip and I do think that Beck really stepped in it with that. And it made people come back and state that she didn't have it. So I'm gonna give her that one, and that would be upsetting. But at the same time, ignore people. You know you had it. Beck came out and said yes, actually she had it. So these people who are saying otherwise, just ignore them. I do want to say, like, as someone who is in the reaction community, who is now like reacting to Amberlynn themselves, I don't love how every channel completely shits on her for everything. I think she's an awful person, and I will never, ever, ever defend this woman unless it is absolutely 100% verifiable. So like this, I believe, is 100% verifiable. And but I don't like that people will see it and be like, nope, she's still lying. Like, that makes you look bad too. When there is truth out there, we have to accept the truth, even if it's someone we absolutely despise, like Amber. So, this I believe is true. There was evidence that it's true. Beck came out to corroborate it after they made a kind of vague or ambiguous statement. So, that's what I'll say on that, because I don't think it's fair for people to keep harping on the cancer thing.
Beck was literally with me when I found out over the phone that I had cancer. After my hysterectomy, Beck literally was there with me. I was there at the hospital for 4 days. I vlogged it. Beck did not leave, not one time. There was a constant nurse or doctor going in there talking to me about everything, and it just makes me think like I am in the twilight zone for Beck to even like insinuate that it could be precancerous when it's literally fucking not. Like, Beck was literally there with me the whole time. And not only that, but like before and after my hysterectomy, all the appointments that I went to, Beck was there. It makes me think like, what was our relationship? Like, the fact that Beck can sit there and straight up not like for sure say yes, it was cancer, even though they said it a million times. When I say they, I mean like all my doctors and my oncologists, etc. They said it a million fucking times in front of Beck. It's like, did Beck just not care about any of our relationship?
So I think it's funny that she's saying how like Beck was there the entire time, yet has always said, "Oh, Beck didn't do anything for me." Like, all this stuff, and talks shit about Beck all the time when Beck was there through probably her lowest point. I don't think Amber did herself any favors. Again, like, it's the boy who cried wolf, or the girl who cried wolf in this situation, because she has lied and lied and lied and lied so much about so many things, including some very, very serious allegations. So people are going to err on the side of caution and say you're still a liar. And that is unfortunate, but that is what you built up for yourself, Amber.
Like, or do they genuinely just want money so bad that they have to like continue the speculation train? Like, it's just so fucked. The fact that it's something this serious just goes to show that they genuinely did not care about any single thing in my life.
Amber, okay, well, we'll look at this in a second. But like, Amber, that is such a wild statement to make, especially since Beck was your caretaker for so long. And you really pressured them into the relationship, and they stayed for so long. And they were so manipulated by you that they literally had to have an intervention to get them away from you. Whilst I think that the way Beck spoke in the live was not the greatest, they came out and they posted a community tab in your support. Anyways, let's look at what this is. So this is Amber's note from the oncologist, I believe. The note, I believe she read before, but I'll read it because I have a little bit of a history in oncology. So this is from University of Kentucky, the hospital there. So I had the pleasure of seeing Amber Reed and follow up in the office today. Miss Reed is a 29-year-old patient who underwent a total abdominal hysterectomy with bilateral salpingo oophorectomy on July 15th, 2020, with final pathology revealing a stage 1B grade 2 endometrial cancer with 56% myometrial invasion and no lymphovascular space invasion. That just means that her lymph nodes, there was nothing that was metastasized to them. She had nonspecific abdominal metroperitoneal adenopathy on preoperative imaging. Postoperative imaging performed earlier today has revealed stable adenopathy. I think that's adenopathy. I'm just dumb. This is nonspecific, and I am not sure that it is related to her cancer. I have reviewed these findings with Miss Reed in the office. She has done quite well since surgery and has a satisfactory postoperative exam in the office today. We have recommended ongoing close surveillance. I will see her back in 3 months with a CT, chest, abdomen, and pelvis prior. Okay. So, basically, what this is saying is that she did have endometrial cancer in her uterus. I've explained it before that the myometrial invasion is like in the uterine wall. And so that's why, and the fact that it was 56% is why it's a grade 2 and not a grade 1, because it's over 50%. Stage 1B, it just means that it's like kind of an early on cancer, so it was caught early. That's why it was able to be removed, and that's also indicating that there is no, like I said, there's no invasion of the lymph nodes. But my thing is that this says that she is supposed to be having surveillance, that she is supposed to be going back to the doctor. This says that they would see her in 3 months, and I don't think she ever went back. She said she had follow-ups and whatever, but I don't believe that, because she would definitely be talking about it more if she did.
I probably should not be talking about this right now. I just went live for 5.5 minutes. Literally, that's it. Yet again, proving with more medical fucking paperwork. And it's just like, I don't know why I keep like demeaning myself. I keep making myself this small.
This is not demeaning yourself. Like, this is just proving that you were right. You love to do that. So okay. I said it once and I'll say it again. I believed her from pretty much the beginning. There was like a little bit where there was some confusion over it being precancerous or cancer. But that was cleared up a bit, and I was like, okay, she had cancer, and I've never questioned it since. And I think that her providing context and providing the paperwork, because she is a pathological liar, is not the worst idea. And like I said before, I don't think she's smart enough to doctor these, because these are very specific oncological terms and conditions. I don't think she would be able to kind of decipher it. I think she would have picked something that sounded more serious. That's my 2 cents on it. But I don't think this is like degrading. I think it would be degrading if you showed your uterus with the cancer in it. That would be degrading. Or like when you showed your blood in the toilet, that's degrading. That's truly degrading yourself, and you were fine with that.
This fucking small. Every time the topic of cancer comes up, like, it's just, say what you want. Like, make all the rag jokes under the sun. I don't give a fuck.
Once again, that had to do with the fact that you were free bleeding onto a mattress. And then also, I believe that you were doing that on the couches too, and that you had Beck drag that mattress around all the time. So, and you were the one who was like, oh, I wear rags. Okay, so it's not even about cancer. It's about your inability to do anything for yourself and how lazy you are all the time.
Anymore. But like, my topic of cancer, like, really just, it really gets to me, because that was a true real life experience I had, and I'm so tired of people invalidating my experience and saying, well, you didn't go to follow-ups. I went to multiple. I've had multiple CT scans since I was diagnosed with cancer and had a hysterectomy, and every single time everything comes back normal.
The fact that you had a gynecological cancer where you had to remove your uterus, ovaries, and fallopian tubes, you would have to go, I would think you would be going in for hormone level checks, because obviously you're in menopause now, but I would think that they would want to keep an eye on you to make sure there was nothing going on or increasing. Like, you don't have to, I don't think you would have to go like every month, obviously, or every 3 months, maybe every 6, maybe every year. I don't know. I don't know the exact protocol for these things. But I can't imagine that after just a couple of years, they would be like, no, you don't ever have to come back. because I've said it before, gynecological cancers, breast cancer, those things are absolutely insidious. They have a very high chance of coming, like recurrence or spreading elsewhere. Now, I know it said it wasn't in her uh, lymph nodes, but again, I don't think she's taking it seriously. I think she comes on here and cries about how traumatic it was for her and how she went through this very difficult situation. And yes, I do believe that, but I don't believe that she is taking it as seriously as it needs to be. I think she just uses it to be able to cry about, which if you have cancer, you have every right to cry about it. It's fine. But I think coming on here and crying and then pretending like it was someone else's fault that you didn't catch it earlier, or acting as if, oh, you've done everything you were supposed to. Well, weren't you on estrogen and then you stopped estrogen because of the possibility of cancer? But like, you don't have you don't have anything to that's producing it anymore, so you would have to take it because you went into menopause and it was to prevent that. And there's like a whole lot of things that I just have many questions on post-op, and she's not going to answer those, and she doesn't have to. My questions will remain unanswered, but I don't think it's quite, I don't think she's being 100% honest with what happened afterwards.
I am in remission. It is almost going to be the 5-year anniversary that I found out. And then I had my hysterectomy, and instead of feeling proud that I, Amberlynn Reed, am a motherfucking cancer survivor, I'm sitting here yet again having to prove myself to a bunch of fucking people who just don't want to listen to me.
You don't have to prove yourself to anyone if you really don't want to. You could just ignore and move on. You know, if people really like, not that I think they would, but if people really got all mad and like filed like a report or something for you, but like you didn't do anything that was like a financial gain with your cancer. I don't think. I don't remember any like GoFundMe's or anything like that. So there's really no reason, if people, you know what, if people want to come on here and say that you're a cancer liar or whatever, just be like, nope, I'm not. I had an oncologist. This is the cancer I had. You don't need to show like all of the information, but I understand, like, if it was me, I would probably be like, here's the proof. But Amber, like, I think part of her really loves the fact that she's still getting attention from this and that she can now look like a victim. Um, and to some extent, yeah, I think that if you're still saying that she's a liar for this, it's not right. And I think we all should collectively move on from it because it's not right and it's not a topic that I think we should be discussing as a community anymore. And especially since we see here, she's going to use it for her benefit to make herself look very victimized.
Because they want to invalidate my every single experience, and I'm just tired of it.
An angel in the light.
I just got severe whiplash from that. Holy shit. The way you went from crying and breaking down to being like,
An angel in the light.
wow. Hi, Twink.
Just walking down the street.
All right, so it's been a little bit of time. I just came back in from walking Twinkie, and I deleted my 5.5-minute live stream. I know it's gonna be on like other people's channels, which I don't care about that. I just don't want it on mine. This is like a perfect example of like failing at regulating my emotions.
See, here's the other thing that she's gonna do. She's gonna be like, it was so BPD of me to be doing that. Like, oh my god, I was just in such a BPD moment. No. This is because you have no impulse control, and whether or not, whatever actual diagnosis you have, I believe it's because you're a narc and because you're histrionic, because you have to be the center of attention, and Beck and Destiny were taking that away, and you were like, no, this is about me. And then because you're such a narcissist, other people being like, oh, I don't like Amber, whatever, or your perception that people would be like, oh my God, Amber lied about that? Oh my God. Like, that's why you came on there and started freaking out. I think for me, if someone came on here and was like, oh, Finny's a liar about their mental health or whatever, or even a disorder, okay? Let's say, oh, Finny is a liar about their migraines. Well, I can pull up a doctor's note and be like, no, I actually have chronic migraines. But do I care enough about the opinion of someone I don't know? Not really. Like, you can say it. And the thing is, too, if there's something out there about me that I believe is truthful, I will say it's truthful. Like, if someone had said Finny used to be a bitch in the past, even now, but like, Finny used to be a really big bitch in the past, and they were not very nice online, and they had a bad attitude. Yeah, absolutely. I used to be really nasty. And I'm like, I have no problem owning up to my downfalls and my faults. But the thing is, I'm not a narcissist. I like, I know that people aren't all going to like me. And I know that people aren't going to love the content I put out. It's just how life is. Some people will just look at me and be like, ew, don't like that. That's totally fine because that's their opinion. People can come on here and be like Am babies and be like, Finny is talking out their ass. I don't like anything that they have to say about Amber. Once again, that's fine. They can call me everything that they want, unless it's something that is a very like heinous claim or very damaging, defamatory. Those things I'd actually be like, no. But it's because she's impulsive that she does this stuff. And it's because she cannot stand the fact that people have a different perception of her that isn't this perfect persona. And she hates that because it really fucks up her ability to manipulate.
That's just my thoughts and feelings on the situation. It doesn't have to do with bippity. It has to do with the fact that you're a narcissistic person.
I know I feel valid in hurting because people don't believe my cancer journey, even though it was fucking terrifying. But I need to work on regulating the emotions that I feel due to that. And this was just a prime example that I failed at that. So if you guys saw that live stream, I apologize for my hecticana-ness. Also apologize for...
Oh, for fuck's sake, can we not evolve the word hecticana? Like, it already evolved from hectic. Also, your ex who was talking shit about you is the one who coined that term.
Maybe leave it in the past with her.
I don't know.
Crying literally just a minute ago in this vlog. I need to read the book, Let Them. So many people have recommended it to me. It's like the let them theory. Let them think what they want, have their own opinions. Like, it doesn't matter. So I might actually make that my next read because genuinely, I need to live like that.
Genuinely?
Oh, God. It's like listening to a teenager. It's so bad. At least with a teenager, I'd be like, well, you're young and this is weird. But, like, genuinely, I can't listen to that anymore.
Like, just let them think what they want. All right, you guys, let's turn this vlog around to more of a positive vibe. So I'm going to be surprising my mom. As you guys know, she loves bingo. So I'm going to surprise her with a new bingo bag and more daubers because all hers are running out of the ink. So the bingo bag that she has now is black and it says bingo all over it. It's super cute. I got it for her like a year and a half ago.
I thought she just got her mom a bingo bag and daubers for Christmas. Was that someone else? Or I could be really wrong. I could be thinking about something entirely different, but like, so exciting. Love bingo.
But I was like, Mom, let's get you in your girly era. So I got her this pink one and then I filled it with so many daubers. Like, it is filled, and I love how this bag is just like a never-ending bag because there's so many in there and she still has room for so many more. So truth be told, I also love bingo, not gonna lie. I never really go into it thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna win. Like, I keep that positive outlook, but I mainly go into it just like, okay, this is fun, spending time with my mom. It's relaxing. We get to sit there, catch up, talk. You guys know me. I love a video game. I love a board game. I love any sort of game, card game, etc., etc. That includes bingo. But
Choosy.
bingo bags, they're not my aesthetic. So I was like, okay, what could I do instead? And then I thought of my friend. She actually uses a makeup bag. So hers is just like a black makeup bag, but I'm extra. I got this. So it's a Juicy Couture makeup bag, and you guys know I love this color pink, and I just think it's so freaking cute. But the issue is not a lot of daubers fit in here. I mean, you don't need that many.
Yeah,
You don't
no
get tired of using
kidding.
the same color constantly. So I have about 5 in there, which is not bad. But I also bought myself some bingo daubers, okay? Because those 5 are just old ones that I've had. So I was like, what am I gonna do? Well, I have a Telfar bag that I rarely use. I'm obsessed with this bag so much. I'm like, girly, use it as your bingo bag. Like, are you kidding? So I have all my daubers in there. So I'm also very weird about germs. My mom, she makes fun of me for it. I like to clean the tables at bingo. Yes.
She's weird about germs, but she doesn't wash off her vegetables, and she uses the same knife that she uses to open packages to cut her meat with, like, without washing them. I don't understand her. She has such very specific quirks.
Yes, I do. So usually I just go to the bathroom, get some soap on like a paper towel. But I saw someone else with some like hand sanitizer wipes, and I was like, oh my god, why don't I just do that? So I got one to put in my mom's bag, so I'm gonna surprise her with that. And then obviously one in mine as well. And this has nothing to do with bingo, but I got some more of the Happy Wax melts because after I use them more, I realized I actually like them a lot. They're all shaped as cute little bears. I love them so much. So I got the Coastal Tide, the Pina Colada, and Palo Santo. Sorry.
She just loves consumerism. She loves buying shit.
It's super dark right now. I'm outside with Twinkie for the last like potty time before bed. And you guys, I think we have another dangling ankle situation because I don't know what I did, but I stepped weird and now my ankle hurts so bad. And it's literally the one that I tore ligaments in. So I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god.
Amber, for fuck's sake. Okay, let me just say this. It's partially due to your size. I know that people don't like to hear that, but when I was a little bit heavier, I walked a different way. You kind of waddle, you shuffle side to side a little bit. And you don't pick up your feet as much. And so you trip more. And you trip over things like raised sidewalks, or like even this kind of area you would trip over because you're not really picking up your feet. So, and you can't, like, I'm a person who looks down when they're walking, just a habit of mine. I always have. And so if I look down, I can't see in front of me because there's too much. That's a problem. And I can't see where my feet are falling. Also, I don't think she really pays that much attention to her surroundings ever, so she probably does like misstep right here and then falls over or rolls her ankle or something. I believe that.
God, it hurts so bad. You guys know me. I waddle when I walk, so now I'm having to like waddle and limp. What did I do?
Oh God.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, she's going to the bathroom. Let's give her her.
Yeah, no
Oh, she's
shit.
back. Okay. I'm not gonna lie though, like the
Oh,
more
there
I
was
have
no
walked,
shit.
like down this block, the better it feels.
That was probably
Hello,
just
hello?
stiff. You probably didn't even do anything to it. It was probably just stiff. You maybe sat on it weird. Well, no, she couldn't fold. I have my leg folded up under me, so that's why I was saying that. But she definitely doesn't have that range of motion. You probably just had it situated weird, and then it got stiff in the position it was in. And also, again, you have like really bad lymphedema and lymphedema in your legs. So your ankles always have this compression on them. Like, we've seen your legs before, and they're always going to have this like bad compression on them. So that can cause stiffness and soreness in your ankles. Shout out to the ankle.
It is the next day. I'm just doing some laundry right now. So I have clothes that I have to put away, and then I'm about to transfer clothes from the wash to the dryer. But a little update on how I was feeling last night. My ankle feels a million times better. I think I just like stepped weird, but I am fine. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but like I never remember my dreams. It's very, very rare. But I woke up remembering my dream, and it was traumatizing, and it felt so real. So in my dream, I was in
Okay, again, can we as a society move past saying that everything is traumatizing? Because I get so irritated with these things where people think that using psychological terms means that you're quirky or like, oh my God, I'm just like so different. You weren't traumatized by your dream. You woke up upset. Like, for fuck's sake, stop using that word. because people who have actual trauma, like your exes, they went through an experience that left them permanently altered. Your dream did not leave you permanently altered.
In a lake swimming, and all of a sudden a shark bit my leg. And I know people say you don't feel pain in dreams, which is actually kind of partially true because it didn't hurt, but it was like this horrible pulling pain.
So, like, you may not feel the actual pain that's happening in a dream, like whatever it may be, if you got shot or whatever in the dream, you may not feel that, but it doesn't mean that your body just shuts off all feeling. If you have a problem with, like, if you have muscle spasms or if you have chronic pain issues, sometimes these things translate into your dreams. Just like if someone like touches you in the dream or touches you in real life, you may feel it in the dream. Yeah, I don't know what she's on about here.
I don't know if my leg was hurting in my sleep or what, but this massive shark bit my poor little leg. Little leg. Whose leg is little around here? Not mine.
Thank you for the correction, because I was about to say, I don't think so, ma'am. I don't have little legs. You surely don't.
But oh my god, the actual like, the imagery of it, it's like haunting my brain, and I feel a wee bit scarred. I just think it's really weird.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Remembered my dream so like hardcore when I never do. Sometimes I like to look up dream meanings because I'm telling you, it's rare that I remember shit. So when it does happen, I like to look it up. Like, what is this dream
It was like, stretch your calf muscle. You can't swim away from the sharks.
mean? So I might do that. Also another update because of the whole Beck cancer situation. So many people were like, why don't you just watch the clip before you go and assume based on what people are saying in your DMs? And the thing is, when I got all of the DMs at first, like, yeah, I went and I looked at the clip. Like, I wasn't gonna just like believe a bunch of people because that's happened.
Oh, yes, you would. But here's the thing. Why are we talking about it again? This is like the third time we've talked about it. Leave it. Okay? You came on, you showed your proof. You've done all you need to do. Don't talk about it anymore. Why would you feed into it? You talk about how, oh, I need to regulate my emotions better, but here you are, not regulating your emotions because you're still mad. You're still upset. And you can like giggle and laugh all you want about it, but like you're still upset. Even though this is definitely, like, Beck already came on and said that what they said didn't come out right, and that Amber absolutely had cancer. So there's really nothing to be said anymore because Beck retracted the statement they made where they made it sound like Amber only had precancerous cells. No, like they said, no, she had full-blown cancer. So we don't need this supplemental video from her. We don't need any additional explanation. We got it. We understand.
A lot where I'll get like a flood of DMs and then it turns out it's not even real. It's just people trolling or misunderstanding. So I did go and look at the clip, and it's just like the way that Beck worded it, they knew what they were doing. And it's just sad because they were there for...
She's really trying hard to push this narrative that Beck said it to be manipulative and to manipulate the audience into really going after her and reawakening this questioning of her cancer. And I don't think that's what it was. I think that Beck spoke poorly on that. I don't think that we can really just sweep it under the rug and be like, well, they misspoke and it was confusing. No, it was pretty like, direct, saying like they said they didn't know if it was precancerous or cancer, but then they came out and said that was wrong of them and that they knew it was cancer. So I don't think they came on here because if they did have that intention to be like, oh, y'all thought it was messy before, well, let me tell you about this cancer stuff, if they really truly wanted to be manipulative and purposeful in their intent to mislead the audience, they would just continue saying that it was precancerous and that you were never diagnosed and that you embellished the story. They would continue that narrative, but they didn't. They immediately retracted their statement and said that no, you had cancer. So I don't think there was any sort of malfeasance in this.
My whole cancer journey, and they know 100% without a doubt, without a fact, that I had cancer. They know what type,
Without a
they know
fact.
what grade. So how can you remember the stupid smallest details about things, but not that?
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they can remember the stupid smallest details about certain things in their life because you traumatized them, because they're recalling things from their past that were traumatic to them. That's the actual use of that word, Amber. Something that has caused them to suffer both psychologically and physiologically, because trauma changes the brain. On top of that, you know, like this, obviously I would remember things like I would remember big moments in my partner's life. But if I was constantly traumatized by them and they were constantly abusing and manipulating me, it may be hard for me to recall these things because I don't want to remember. I don't want to remember that time in my life. So why would I remember stuff that was important to you and by proxy was important to me, but wasn't directly about me? I don't mean that in a loving, caring relationship. Obviously, if you are in a relationship with someone that you care deeply about and that you are not being actively traumatized and abused in, you'll remember things. You'll remember things about your partner. But when you're in that active situation, your brain is really trying to save you the trouble of constantly being in a state of panic or being depressed or having anxiety. So it puts up walls. So Beck may have these memories seeping out about what happened to them, or they may be remembering things that seem minute to you but may be of importance to them, and not remember every last detail about what you went through. Just saying.
Since my live stream, I woke up with a lot of people saying, Amberlynn, you are so valid. Like the way you reacted.
Oh, you're
in that
so
live stream
valid.
Because I guess there are reactions.
Who taught her like these I'm telling you, these are like TikTok-isms. Every time she comes on here, there's always some sort of new psych term that she learned or some sort of TikTok mushy touchy-feely bullshit, and I don't drive with that.
Channels who have taken our live stream, which is fine, but I just appreciate the support and people seeing that I do.
Yeah, there's
have,
so much of it.
Sometimes, like the reaction channel community and like the haters, like they never think I'm valid in any way that I feel.
How many times have I come on here and said for certain things, like with the whole Alexis situation where Alexis put out the name of the person that Amber was communicating with in an adult manner, I said that was wrong. I said that I agreed with Amber that it was wrong for her to do that. I've said that I believe Amber in her cancer journey. I said that I believe Amber had a shitty childhood. Many reaction channels also agree with this, but the thing is, we're not going to just sit here and be like, Amber, you're so valid in like the way you treat other people because it's just your BPD and it's just your trauma. You can have feelings and also be a piece of shit. You can be traumatized and have a personality disorder and all these things and still be a terrible person. You can have things that have happened to you, and I will absolutely 100% say, yeah, I believe that happened to you, while still being a terrible, awful person. Go figure. People are multifaceted.
And it's just like, bro, how can I always be wrong 100% of the time? That's not a thing. Like, it's just genuinely not.
You're not, but it's like 99% of the time. Also, wasabi. I would, if Amber just put out videos of wasabi, subscribed, bell, notifications on, all notifications. I love this guy.
It's a baby boy.
Yeah. You guys know that I am a
love
to-do
him.
list type of girly. I'm a planner type of girly. The planner that I actually hauled for you guys at the beginning of the year, I've been using for like daily scrap.
This is just like a little personal issue I have. I hate when she's like, "Oh, I hauled this. Oh, I'm going to be hauling this shit for whatever. Oh, I'm hauling Torrid for you guys." No, that's not what the word means. Ah! That's just like a gripe I have. It's such a minor thing, but it drives me crazy.
Booking. I am a couple weeks behind, I'm sorry, but my actual true daily planner is this planner. It's the Linda Tong planner, which I'm
Of
obsessed with
course.
it because let me show you an example. Every single month
Who the fuck is
a
that?
completely different theme, and Linda is the one who literally drew all of this. So super creative.
Okay, Linda.
So like June looks like this, December.
Hey, oppa. Well, that's the wrong one. L'chaim. Love that for me and my fellow Jews out there. I don't even practice. I'm just Ashkenazi, but like it's like a big percentage of who I am.
But here you can see on the front page, like this is the theme for every single month. But I like to use this just for like everyday to-do listings. But I just got done writing my YouTube schedule for this coming week, so I can show you guys that. So it's genuinely just easier for me to like have this all written down because I'm
Let's see what we got going on. Nothing.
I wake up and I'm like, what was I supposed to do today? And I really want to like take this YouTube schedule seriously. And so far I'm actually really enjoying it. So every day I have like what needs to be filmed or uploaded that day. And as you can see, whatever I am filming that day, I also like to edit and schedule it that day as well. So I just got out of the shower and I usually sleep with my hair in a bun. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna put it in 2 braids while it's wet. I'm gonna add some of this Chi Silk Fusion, and I'm telling you, best stuff I've ever used. If you have like frizzy hair for whatever reason, whether it's because you've straightened it too much, used too much heat, or that's just your hair texture, whatever it may be, I'm telling you, highly, highly recommend it. It was actually
Okay. Can we move on to the next section, please?
recommended to me, thankfully. I'm just about to brush my teeth, which I like to use this gentle floss before I actually brush my teeth. I know some people floss after. I don't understand that. Everyone is different, so can't hate on you.
I think it's recommended that you floss first and then brush, but I don't care. Do whatever you want. It's your oral hygiene.
So I'm gonna do that, and then
Okay, I don't really need to see you flossing the plaque from between your teeth. Like, that's nasty. I'm sure she'll find tidbits of food and be like, snack. That was gross and out of pocket. I'm sorry.
and I'm gonna throw on some pants and then take Twink out, and then it is time for us to hit the hay.
Can you hurry up? Oh my god. I love how it starts midway down. Like, boop. It starts like at her chin. What if she got a bob? Like, imagine that. Oh my god. But yeah, it starts at her chin because she doesn't do all the way down. Cool, looking like a toddler. Amberlynn Reed, the 34-year-old toddler. She really does. She looks like a first grader. She looks like a child. Like there's so many layers that I could get into with that, but I really don't want to. I just want to laugh at her. Get into mom's makeup. I got this perfume because it looks like a chocolate bar.
So currently outside with Twink. So this never happens this way. I usually just go to bingo once a week with my mom. She goes a few times.
What is with these angles where she's like angling up? I can see the stud in your nose. Like, this is such a bad angle too. Like, I can see everything. It's so weird.
Depending on how she feels. And she invites me every single time, but I usually I'm like, nah, it's okay, I'll just go that.
That's a weird tooth in there too. Does she have one like growing behind it, or is that like one of her back teeth? I don't know. I try not to be too mean about personal appearance. It's just, this is the angle I can see. And also her middle tooth. Just like Tom Cruise. Yeah. Anyway.
That one time, but this week I am going 3 times. I went on Monday. I'm about to go again tonight, which is Friday, and then I'm also going to glow in the dark bingo tomorrow night, which is Saturday, and I'm super freaking excited.
Ew, she spit.
So far, I have won twice. My mom's fiance has won twice, and she's won once. We've only been here for like an hour. I don't know. The
Wow.
here. So I'm currently outside because sometimes I need to like take a deep breath because at this bingo hall, I get super dizzy because of all the cigarette smoke. Like it is so.
Ew. Oh, I would never be able to tolerate that at all. And also, I'm like, this is just because of who I am. I literally would be like, you smell. It stinks. You smell like a cigarette. Blech. Oops.
So bad. But you guys, I have won twice. My mom's fiance has won twice, and my mom has won once. And this lady that's sitting next to us is getting upset, and now I'm like scared to get another bingo. I hope she wins though, because I feel bad. But anyways, I'm about to go back in there and go to the bathroom, and then I think we're gonna get something to eat here. I got chicken
So
taquitos with a salad type deal. You guys, I got another bingo, and it was on like the really fast one. This table's hot.
I love how we're looking at like the we're looking at the retro reacts right now, and she does the chipmunk voice back then. Nothing has changed in 10 years. Hey, Mama Lynn.
Great, you guys. So I have been home for some hours now, just did things around my apartment.
I'm so mad that we don't get Mama Lynn content anymore because she literally was the only reason that Amberlynn's vlogs were even somewhat tolerable.
But I had such a freaking good night. I genuinely feel like my mental health is improving drastically because for a minute there, I didn't even want to go out and do things that I once enjoyed. Like, I wasn't going to bingo, wasn't hanging out with my mom, wasn't talking to my friends, wasn't
That's because you broke up with your feeder.
enjoying hobbies that normally I really love. And I know sometimes when I hit a low like that, that is unfortunately what happens, but I'm getting out of that low, and I have a therapy appointment on Monday, which, thank God, but I wanted to give you guys an update on
Yeah, so I just watched, I think this morning. I don't remember because everything's a little bit of a blur, but either this morning or yesterday morning, there was an actual licensed therapist who spoke about doing a workbook alongside the DBT therapy, or the T stands for therapy, along with DBT. And he was saying, and I think it was a good point, that she should only be doing a workbook if it was like recommended by her therapist. And it should be a workbook that coincides with the actual therapy she's doing. So he was saying how like workbooks can be very general, and they can also not really get into more minute details, and that they're kind of a good supplemental alongside therapy, but they shouldn't be used as like a sole piece of therapy, or like the main piece of therapy, and that it should go along with the therapeutic style of the doctor. And Amber just got these on like Amazon. So I don't really know if her therapist recommended them or if she just like found them, because she has like 2 workbooks and they could be completely different styles than what she's actually doing. You know, my therapist has recommended books and things like that for me, but those are her recommendations. So, and I do think it's a little strange to have 2 different workbooks that are addressing the same thing, but they would be different. That would be very confusing and not conducive to a successful therapy session.
on my borderline personality workbook. So I was going like in depth on what was happening here, and I know a lot of people were enjoying it and some people weren't, but I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I am on chapter 6 though, and I know I shared stuff from chapter 1 with you guys. So far I've been able to learn more about BPD, where it comes from. I've learned my attachment style, my BPD type, and it dived a lot more into BPD symptoms, which I'm telling you, there's a lot. It's kind of
Oh God, it's that fucking word again. I think she's just doing this, and like again, the person I was watching, where the therapist I was watching, when she was like, I have all 9 points, he was like, that what? Like, exactly, sir. I completely agree. No, this is not this is ridiculous and it's stupid. And this is just so she can have another trinket in her house that she's like, look, I'm working on something. Dude, you lead such a boring life. Like, do something else. You do Legos, bingo, and this, and then cry online while you're drinking. Do you not see how hecticana that is? Do you not see the issue with that? All you do is make yourself into your disorder. You adopt the disorder and you're like, "Yup, that's me. I'm this. I'm BPD." Any therapist would let you know that it's not a good idea. It's a good idea to own the fact that you have these disorders and know about them, but it is not recommended to absolutely throw yourself into being that or being the version of it that you think you are. I don't think, again, not really the disorder I think she has, but I'm not a therapist, and like I've said before, I wouldn't be able to diagnose her anyway, but it just pisses me off. We all know where I stand on this. I yelled into the mic before about how upset I was, and I still feel that way.
I just think talking about the workbook in my videos isn't going to do me any good. I will definitely still give you guys updates.
Okay, so you won't talk about the workbooks and stuff, and you won't talk about, I'm not going to discuss that. I'm not going to do that, but you'll talk about your cancer stuff 3-4 times? So you're going to draw a boundary at the thing that you are so you've thrown yourself into, that you have absolutely taken on the persona of. Oh, I'm BPD personified. So you'll do that, but you won't discuss it anymore, even though you want it to be like open and you were saying how much support you were getting. I ate the microphone. You were saying how much support you were getting and that people were really looking up to you and appreciating the fact that you were open and honest and having this discussion about what it's like to live with BPD. But now you're like not going to discuss it? Okay. So I guess we didn't have as much support as we were saying.
Based on how I'm doing with my BPD and things about it, it's not like a taboo subject because it is me. Borderline personality disorder is a personality disorder, so it's part of who I am,
and that's the problem. So yes, obviously personality disorders are difficult because that's a person's personality. Okay? It's a person's personality, and those are very, very, very difficult to deal with. But they can be dealt with therapy and with being open and honest and taking accountability and responsibility. But those are things that you are not acquainted with. Not at all. Never have been. And you being like, this is who I am. I am BPD. That's basically what she's saying. That's an inadequate statement. You should not be saying that you are this disorder. That's not, I'm not depression. I'm not PTSD. They're things I have. And people with personality disorders, yeah, it's your personality. But through therapy, you can learn to cope with the personality you have. So I don't accept it. I'm not accepting that excuse.
Something that I have to accept, but I'm going to be working on managing my emotions. And I know ever since I was diagnosed, I've gotten a lot better. And then
no, you haven't.
Doing therapy, I know it's only going to continue to improve, which genuinely makes me really freaking happy. Because
what improvement have we seen? No, I'm like asking very, very honestly, what improvement have we seen? Because since you started therapy and since you started your workbook, all we've seen are live streams where you crash out, live streams where you're nasty to your followers and to the people who are paying you. You've tried to get Salty Crab in trouble. You've tried with the ankle. You've crashed out, started drinking again. So, like, show me the improvement, because you coming on here and saying, wow, I'm actually in therapy and doing this. If you don't do the work, it's not going to get better. And I have yet to see anything that's better. You don't take accountability. You don't take responsibility. You don't own up to your faults. You don't say, yeah, I've done this, that, and the third. You literally are just like, oh my God, these people are so mean to me and I'm such a victim. And then you drink a bunch of White Claws. How is this better?
Because it's just like BPD has ruled my life, my emotions, the way I react to things, and I'm just tired of it.
Oh, also, I would like to bring up the fact that the therapist, I'm going to link his video because I thought it was very interesting. And it's kind of nice to hear a professional speak on it instead of just like me, an armchair professional who loves psychology. They brought up the fact that Amber claimed before to have had BPD since she was 16 or was experiencing the experiencing the effects of BPD since she was 16. And he discussed how that's not really appropriate, that you would have to be 18 or older and have a long-term, like a more serious relationship with a therapist to be diagnosed with BPD, because when you're a teenager, a lot of times these sort of mood swings and depression and thoughts of emptiness, whatnot, these sort of negative side effects are typical for that age group. And that makes sense because you're hormonal at that age. And a lot of things are changing, not just in your body, but surrounding you. You know, you're in this strange sort of placement between a child and an adult. Like, adolescence is a very, very odd time for everyone. So you can't really diagnose personality disorders because there's way too many outside factors that could be playing into that. You would have to be older and be an adult. That has to do more with like situational and physiological changes in your body, kind of slowing down, or they're not wiling out as much. B, the other point was that for things like personality disorders, you would need to have a sort of long-term therapist who saw the different facets of your life, because self-reporting is kind of difficult. And the therapist would have to, he says, like, possibly interview other people in your life, like parents or guardians, partners, friends, things like that. But probably people who are consistently in your life, which would usually be a parent or guardian, and ask if they have noticed a pattern of behaviors outside of what you are saying to them. And like he said, you would need to have a much closer and long-term relationship with a therapist who would diagnose BPD just from like a couple of sessions is doing a disservice, because there are certain things that you can get evaluations on, anxiety, depression, things like that. You kind of have a set scale, because you know, you can think about certain acts, either never, sometimes, more frequently than not, or all the time. You know, there's kind of a set standard. So that's why they have these assessments available. And you can kind of get a feel. But still, you would still need to have a report with the person if you're going to make a diagnosis. You can say that you think that they have this, and especially if it's lasted for a certain period of time. But when it comes to personality disorders, you really need to have a more detailed report, not just from the person, but probably from people around them, to understand the intricacies of what's going on. So for Amber to say that she was just recently diagnosed, and she definitely has not seen a therapist for longer than like 3 months, that's not really a long enough time to make a diagnosis of borderline personality disorder, especially since they didn't discuss anything with anyone outside. And obviously, like, a patient does not have to do that, but there was no discussion with anyone in her life. And she's never really been around anyone long enough besides, I think, Destiny and Beck, who could really provide any sort of substantial insight to what she was like.
Hello, welcome to a new day. Who else has that thing where it's like you look different?
Oh, it's that dress. I've seen this dress I've seen before. There's actually like a midsection that's got like a, I don't know if it's got like rouging or like a design on it, but it doesn't fit her. This dress has never fit her, and she always wears it. Like, I remember this. She got this in the Beck era, and it just does not fit because it tucks under her bust.
In the mirror, you look different in videos, which is real. Sometimes for me, I look better in videos. Sometimes it's the pictures. Sometimes it's the mirror. Today, it is the mirror. But here's a little outfit of the day. I'm not currently wearing pants, so don't mind that. But we're wearing this adorable dress that I've had for literally years, and I love it so much, and my bow mesh top. So these are a bunch of rhinestones. I'll show you guys up close. They look like this. So I put 6 rhinestones on my face today, because why the hell not? So we have 2 here, 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. And I'm also wearing my hair in the middle part, and I straightened it. Yes, I did, because I woke up and it was frizzy. It was hectic. It was like frizzy and curly from the braids, and it just looked a mess. I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna straighten it.
Oh!
So I did not vlog much while I was
Jesus, girl, that was loud as fuck.
out. Actually, I don't think I vlogged anything. I'm sorry. There was music playing the whole time, and I was genuinely just living in the moment. I had such an amazing time, and guess what? I won $500. Yes, I did, but I tipped really.
Why can the universe give this girl who does not need $500, but when I need $500, for some reason, like, I have 0 or negative?
Really big, so I didn't get the full 500, but still, like, okay. All right, you guys, I need accountability, so this is a room temperature water. Let's chug it. We did it. That's how easy it is to get some water in. Y'all, I'm telling you, it has been a
this stress too. Amber, I'm gonna be so honest with you, bestie. Get rid of this dress. Get rid of it.
Perfume today, Nicki Minaj. I don't even know what it's called, actually. I was startled awake this morning, early. The fire alarm was going off. So when that happens, we have to evacuate, so I have to run to Twinkie after.
This is her clickbait of, we had to evacuate, when she knows damn well there are wildfires going on. Really? Really, sis? I called out Alexis for using the California wildfires as, like, a joke in one of her videos. I'm going to call you out, too. This isn't cool. This is not okay, Amber, because people know there are wildfires in Oklahoma right now, and you putting "we had to evacuate" in your title is fucking stupid ass work. That's really not okay. It's not a joke. It's not funny. It's not something that you should be clickbaiting. You didn't have to evacuate. What you had to do was get your ass up out of bed and go outside for a little while, and then go back into bed.
Round up Wasabi, we have to go to the evacuation area. And once that's all done, the apartments either text us or email us, like, why the said fire alarm happened. Well, there was a fire in my building, which thankfully the fire department, like, got here lickety.
Somebody probably burnt toast. Like, let's be real. Honestly, like, she acts like the whole apartment, like, a whole portion of her apartment burned down. Somebody probably burnt toast or burnt something in the microwave.
Quick, and it's out, everyone's safe, everything's good. But it wasn't 5 minutes after we were back in the apartment, and I was fixing to go back to sleep, because I'm telling you, this happened at like 7:30 this morning, and I had a late night last night. So I bet as everyone's fixing to go back to sleep on a Sunday morning, it starts going off again. So I don't know why it went off a second time, but we were all outside. I have Wasabi in his little thing, and he's meowing like crazy. Poor little guy, but he's good now. We're all good. Everyone's safe. But yeah, I have to go put on some pants because I'm about to go grocery shopping.
Amberlynn in the wild. That is, I'm telling you, equilateral triangle. But, yeah, okay, Amberlynn in the wild, but you got up in your feels when someone got that video of you in Target. Or TJ Maxx.
It didn't fit down there, so I had to put it up here.
Wow.
So regular size red cups. and then I glance up. Look at these. Oh my god, those are adorable.
Oh my god.
So we all love a time lapse. Well, at least I do. I think they're satisfying. But this one was kind of a flop because here I am putting away my groceries and I was in a time lapse the whole thing, and then my phone decides to die right in the middle of it. So there's that. All right.
Your phone said, I've had enough of this boring ass shit.
Guys, weekly Lego update. Out of 582 steps, I'm on step 475. I think I maybe did like 10 steps this week. I didn't really get around to doing much, but this is how my car is looking. I'm telling you, this has been so hard and challenging, but it's been rewarding. And when I'm done with it, I'm just gonna be like, wow, amazed. Okay, guys, so it is time for the...
No, ma'am. I don't care about this. I don't give a shit about your tchotchkes. I don't.
The end of the vlog, which is where I like to read my oracles for going
Hi,
into
Jinxie. Good morning.
So I have multiple oracle decks, but I like to choose 3 that I am feeling connected to in that moment. And I'm going to choose 1 per oracle deck. So the 3 that I am choosing today is Shine from the Inside, Life Happens, and The Wild Soul. So I am going to skip over all of these shuffling, and you guys will just see me pull out the card. So you don't have to see me sit there and shuffle and all of that.
Oh, well, thank God. Thanks for sparing us.
All right, so we have 1. All right, we have the second card. Okay, now for the third one. I originally thought that the deck wanted me to pull the card that I was fixing to pull, but I noticed
Oh, please. Shut up.
So that's why I switched the card, because it was...
You don't have any energy. And if you do, it's all rotted vibes.
It's like, no, this one. This is the one. All right, so this first one is the Crow. Magic. Okay.
Me.
The crow is known for its intelligence and mystery. It symbolizes magic.
Oh, so not you.
And hidden knowledge. Crows are often seen as messengers from the unseen world, representing the power of intuition and deeper truths. This card suggests that magic and change are at play in your life. Oh my god. And you should trust in the unknown. Wow, okay. The crow reminds you that not everything is as it seems, and hidden forces may be guiding you. Embrace the magic and mystery around you. Trust in the unseen and be open to transformation. Wow. That resonates a lot with what I am currently going.
What are you going through where you need to have magical forces guide you? No. Here's my thing. Crows are smart and they remember faces. So if you're nice to a crow, they'll bring you trinkets and stuff. They'll have a little pile. They love a little trinket, okay? They love shiny things. If you're nice to a crow, they'll remember. If you're shit to a crow, they'll remember. Amber, honestly, I think that description or whatever was stupid. Here's what I think. The crow is a good representation of intelligence and memory. Crows are like enigmatic little things. Actually, they're pretty big, but they are smart. They are problem solvers. They have their own differing language. They are a very intelligent bird. A crow is a good reminder that you're always being watched and people don't forget. Crows don't forget the way you treat them. People don't forget the way you treat them. That's my 2 cents on it.
Going through right now, I feel like there is so many different things that I am trying to transform in my life, whether that's mental, physical, emotional, like literally all of it. This card is telling me just go with the transformation. The universe is on your side. Now,
yeah, right. Shut up.
Stop like self-sabotaging and like putting a wall up pretty much. I love that. Okay, so this next one. Ooh, oh no, we got naive.
You.
Okay, so this deck does not come with a guidebook. The universe might be calling me out. I might be being naive to a situation, and I do have it in my brain. I'm not going to share it publicly. Am I being naive, or am I just trying to be a positive girly pop?
You're naive. Period. You are so unworldly. There is no wisdom behind anything you say or do. So I believe that you have this nativete that is fundamentally at your core that you just continue with because you have no want to understand everything around you. You have no desire to. You've even said it before. You just don't care to like travel the world or learn about anything in the world. You're pretty content to just sit on your duff and do nothing.
You know, so this one is hard to discuss since it is like a personal matter that I don't really want to talk about out loud.
I don't care. Then don't even like. Don't even hint at it. Don't even bring it up. Don't, this whole like, oh, this personal matter. Like, what could it be? I don't care.
I'm a naive one, okay? So here's the third one. Remove the limiting labels you are wearing. Okay. Along the way, we've picked up toxic beliefs about ourselves.
Oh, I
Maybe
have
we've been
something to
told
say
you weren't
about
smart enough,
this.
lovable enough, pretty enough, or whatever enough. Whether you've
Oh,
accepted others' opinions as truth. Wow, wait.
wow. Oh
Yeah,
my
or you've
god.
created the mask that hides your authentic self. It's time to remove the limiting labels you're wearing and let your light shine. Yeah, damn. I feel like all the bad I hear, like coming out.
No, 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 no. Here's what I think the universe is saying. Stop labeling yourself as just being BPD, because that's a limiting label, okay? Saying you have BPD, saying you have a personality disorder, whatever. Yeah, okay. We can speak in absolutes and truths and whatever. But if we're going to talk about the universe talking, I think the universe is like, you know what? You've really got to drop these labels that you attach to yourself. I feel like some of these decks are always like, ooh, a positive message. And the universe doesn't always put out a positive message. And I certainly don't think it would put out one for Amber. So I think the dropping of the labels, if we're going to say, oh, this is really what the universe wanted you to pull, it's not about how, oh, you poor soul. It's like, girl, come on. Are we serious right now? You always, always, always talk about how this is you and you're Amberlynn Reed and you're BPD personified. No, drop it. It's enough. Because you're doing yourself and others a disservice.
At me all the time, I start to believe these things. I start to believe I'm ugly, I'm gross, I'm a narcissist, nobody's gonna love me.
Well, you
You're
are
just
gross
avoiding
and a
me. Like, I genuinely
narcissist.
start to believe these things. Like people telling me I'm worthless, I shouldn't even be alive. Like just all of these horrific things.
I don't think anyone should come on to someone's channel and say that stuff, but I mean like saying that they shouldn't be alive or whatever, but Amber, you've heard a lot of people, so a lot of people have very, very strong opinions on you.
Things like the more you hear them, and sometimes you only need to hear them once, you start to believe them. And I've been hearing them my actual whole life. Started as a kid. I was bullied in school. My dad has said
Actually, I believe you said you were the bully. You said you were kind of a nasty little shit when you were in school, that you were a big bully. So, a bully getting bullied. Oh well.
some very awful things to me, especially when I was a teenager. So had to hear it from him, and then it's like through my foster homes, and just now it's like all online.
But I thought you're like you spoke when you were in Wisconsin about like one of your foster homes and how you wrote a whole essay about how inspirational your foster mother was and how you were so emotionally caught up because she passed away and that you were so in awe of her all the time and that she was the best. Like, so what's the truth of the matter? Really? Like, tell me.
Jinxie!
There's a child here.
Jinxie, come
Aw, you're so sweet. She's such a sweet girl. She's such a cute little girl. Anyways, back to boring.
It's like it's never stopped. It's been like this ongoing thing that I've always dealt with, and I think I need to realize that I am more than other people's negative, harsh opinions of me because I know who I am. I know I'm not an awful person. I know that I am beautiful regardless of the number on the scale. Because
Oh, you're not an awful person? I have several videos to show that contrast that statement.
literally, some of the most beautiful people I've ever seen are bigger women. So it's like, why can't I also be a part of that? Like everyone is their own worst enemy. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. All of this together is just showing like this is like its separate little entity here. This is a personal matter, so we'll just leave that out. I feel like this is very much just telling me like, girl, like do you be you, like you are not these limiting beliefs and opinions of other people. Keep up the transformation and you're on the right path. So I'm gonna put these away, but I hope that you guys enjoy this weekly vlog. I know I'm thoroughly enjoying these
I
weekly
didn't.
vlogs. I hope that you guys are as well, and I'll see you in my next one. And like I've been saying
Oh,
on and off
God.
for almost 12 years here on YouTube, I hope that you guys are having a good night, a good day, or wherever you are.
What the fuck was that? Blink. Here are my final thoughts. One, I think everyone should move off the cancer subject because it's been addressed time and time again, and she's just going to use it to be like, see, I am a victim. All these people are so awful to me all the time. I really am truly traumatized. I think that it's so funny that she just doesn't see that she is genuinely an awful person. I know that it's hard to come to terms with the sort of shitty things we've done in life, but if you don't do that, then you're not going to be able to have success in therapy. And I will link the I'll link the video for the therapist to discuss this in my description box because I think it's really worth giving a watch. My next video is going to be a little more serious, so sorry in advance for like the tonal shift that's about to take place. But it is something that I feel like needs to be discussed. Anyways, that's it for me for this one. If you have any comments about what the fuck we just watched, please leave them in the comments below. Hit the like button if you want to, or hit the dislike. I don't care either way. You're entitled to your opinion, even if it is wrong. I am out of here, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!